Giro. Eu estava pronto para começar a gravar em off. Eu literalmente faço isto aqui. Por causa que eu vou fazer as missões secundárias, né? Faço isto aqui. Sendo o Alistair, a Viviana e a Finn. Me intercepto. Vou para a caravana. Assim, ó. E no meio do caminho, pau! Cutscene! Eu, fuck! Tenho que ir embora. Ai, ai, ai. Estavas a ver aqui a cutscene. January.
Sire, I have more news.
Olha, filho da puta.
Yes. Well, it seems that the fighting has gone
Enough.
exactly as you...
I would like to know what you intend to accomplish, Father. Should we not be fighting the Darkspawn instead of each other?
The nobility should be brought into line and then the Darkspawn defeated. This is no true blight, Honora. Only Kaelin's vanity demanded it be so.
Beg pardon, sire. But blight or no, we may not have the manpower to face the Darkspawn soon.
Kaelin approached your legions for support, did he
Never!
not?
Marek and I drove those bastards out! Not roll out the welcome for them now!
We need help, Father. We cannot deal with this crisis alone.
Ferelden will stand on its own! I will lead it through this, Honora. You must have faith in me.
Did you kill Kaelin?
Kaelin's death was his own doing.
Realmente não fui eu que matou o Rei Kaelin, mas deixou para morrer. Isso é verdade, Honora. Isso é verdade. Não sei se ela disse, por acaso não me lembro, mas a Honora é filha do Logan. Não sei o que é para dizer. Pois é, ainda não tenho. Eu ainda não tenho tempo. Também sou mais baixo. Então pronto. Aqui uma luta desnecessária. Eu vou parar de gravar. É isso. Ok, a Viviana disse. Devia ter começado a gravar antes disto. Ok. Stop! Don't kill him! Foi o que ela disse. You had better have a good reason for this. Foda-se, mano. Isto no inglês hoje. You had better have a good reason for this.
He is no common bandit. None of them were. Their weapons and armor are of fine make, and they are well trained. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? Who are you?
Someone who regrets taking you on. I was told it would be an easy job. Kill the little red-haired girl. Deal with the others as we pleased.
Kill the... You came to kill me?
Who's trying to kill Viviana?
I don't pay to ask why someone wants someone else dead. I just need to know what to do and where to get my money. Ha! Money. I'll be lucky to get away with my life, it seems. Maybe we could work something out. You like the idea?
Speak quickly.
I've no real quarrel with you. Wasn't me that wanted you dead. But I know how you can find the one who does.
What's his name?
Never found out. Got the feeling the man I spoke to was doing someone else's bidding, too. I have some directions written down on how to get to the house. It's in Denham. Yeah, it's the best I can do.
Thank you. Now leave. I never want to see you again.
Yes, go. Be grateful for your life.
Don't worry. I'll not trouble you no more.
Okay.
It's Marjolaine. It has to be.
I told you had escaped from her.
I thought the same. Maybe someone saw me. Maybe she's finally found me and wants to finish what she started.
We should go to the Darin to confront her.
Perhaps it's time to settle this score for good.
Ok, afinal, a minha próxima página vai ser Darin. Depois vai ser Osgamar, porque, né? Para além de ter aqui o Alistair, agora também já tenho a quest da Viviana com a mais Jolene, se não me engano. Mas antes, eu vou fazer estas quests aqui, né? Vai tudo a caminho de Darin, ainda não é aqui. E pronto, é isso aí. Talvez tenha aqui algo de interessante nesta luta. De história. Talvez não, mas vamos ver.
Ah, a fellow traveler of the fair lands. Are you a seeker, perchance? My packs are light, but I have a tome of strange origin. The Deus V Eternus, rumored to be the last message to a sinful world from the Maker himself.
Did you see a few copies in the Circle Tower?
I have no idea what you're talking about, and neither do these large men carrying swords. Get them!
Então tá, né?
Time for more
Então tá, né? Fazer o quê? Ah, que qualidade. Este efeito. Win. Win. Fuck you! Nossa senhora do céu. Porque tu deixaste? Ok, vamos todos morrer. Está decidido. Está tudo morto. Falta este mago, filha da puta. Filha da puta, mano! Alistair, sobrevive por enquanto. És a nossa última esperança, Alistair. Ok. Mas, pá, não sei quem é quem, mano. Nem está a Viviana. Acho que quer ser a Viviana, então. Não. Não era a Viviana. Viviana deve ser esta aqui. Então não havia muito o que fazer mesmo.
Yes.
Bora. Foda-se, mano. Ah, agora vais fugir, ó filha da puta. Anda cá, tu conas. Morre, cabrão. Meu Deus, eu não estava a esperar que esta luta fosse difícil. Acho que até que foi bom que gravei isto porque... Não, isto foi difícil. Deu-me uma moeda de ouro. Espetáculo. Ah, não posso voltar por aqui. Já vi. Ok. Para a gravação outra vez.
Stop right there, outsider. The Dalish have camped in this spot. I suggest you go elsewhere, and quickly.
Cada vez que eu penso que... É uma maravilha isto aqui. Ok. Actually, I've been looking for Dalish.
I find that hard to believe. What business could we Dalish possibly have with a group like yours?
Espera aí. Eu estou nos Dalish? I'll tell that to your reader and no one else.
Seeing as
Eu
you
fui
are
para os
obviously no
Dalish?
simple trespasser, I will leave it to the keeper to decide the
Já?
importance of your business.
Ninguém me coisa.
In the camp, I suggest you keep your hands to yourself, and remember that our arrows are still trained on you. Follow me.
Não, desculpa, eu não queria estar agora nos Dalish, mano. Os Dalish é o meu último para mim. Dalish? Ah, fuck, mano. Como é que eu fui para aqui?
I see we have guests. Who are these strangers, Mithra? I have precious little patience and less time to spend on outsiders today.
I understand, but this one claims to have important business with our people.
I see. Tell me, stranger, what business could you possibly have with us? We have our own issues we must deal with, as you can see.
I come representing the Grey Wardens.
You might have simply said so to begin with. Masiranus, Mithra, you may return to your post.
Manuvinen, keeper.
Now, allow me to introduce myself. I am Zathrian, the keeper of this clan, its guide and preserver of our ancient lore. And you are?
My name is Asher. No, come on, the keeper. My name is Asher. A pleasure to meet you.
Manners. From a Shemlin. Interesting. What might be your mission here? Have you come to spread news of the Blight? I had already sensed the corruption spreading in the south. The existence of the Blight is not news to me. I would have taken the clan north by now, had we the ability to move. Sadly, as you can see, we do not.
Yes, it seems like you've had your own troubles. What are the odds?
I imagine you are here regarding the treaty we signed centuries ago. Unfortunately, we may not be able to live up to the promise we made. This will require some explanation. Please, follow me.
Por que eu fui para os Delis? What the fuck, man? Fuck me.
The clan came to the Brazilian forest 1 month ago, as is our custom when we enter this part of Ferelden. We are always wary of the dangers in the forest, but we did not expect the werewolves would be lying in wait for us. They ambushed us, and though we drove the beasts back, much damage was done. Many of our warriors lie dying as we speak. Even with all our magic and healing skill, we will eventually be forced to slay our brethren to prevent them from becoming beasts. The Blight's evil must be stopped. But we are in no position to uphold our obligations. I am truly sorry.
Why did these beasts attack you?
They are savage and unrelenting. They need no reason to attack anyone. What is curious, however, is the ambush. We expect werewolves to be no more cunning than a rabid wolf. The ambush suggests a level of intelligence we've never seen before.
There's no way to help your men?
The affliction is a curse that runs rampant in their blood, bringing great agony and then ultimately either death or a transformation into something monstrous. The only thing that could help them must come from the source of the curse itself, and that would be no trivial task to retrieve.
I'm good at non-trivial tasks.
Within the Brazilian forest dwells a great wolf. We call him Witherfang. It was within him that the curse originated, and through his blood that it has been spread. If he is killed and his heart brought to me, perhaps I could destroy the curse. But this task has proven too dangerous for us. I sent some hunters into the forest a week ago, but they have not returned. I cannot risk any more of my clan.
Have you considered seeking outside help?
From whom? The Children of the Stone? The Shemlin? Do you truly think they have time to spare for us?
I find the Witherfang for you.
I must warn you that more than werewolves lurk in the Brazilian forest. It has a history full of carnage and murder, you see. Where there is so much death, the veil separating the spirit realm from our own becomes thin, allowing spirits to possess things, living or dead. But if you can indeed help, then I wish you luck.
I should go.
I must return to caring for my people. Creator's speed on your way.
Peço desculpa por isto, mas nós não vamos, eu não vou fazer agora parte dos elfos, dos Dailies. Eu sou burro, mano. Eu devia ter visto que isto era dos Dailies, mano. Eu devia ter clicado aqui ou aqui. Não, primeiro aqui, né? Caralho, mano, foi para os Dailies. Ah, como eu sou burro. Peço desculpa. Peço imensa desculpa, mas... A volta que eu vou fazer é o seguinte. Vamos para Denrin. Vamos falar com o irmão Giovanni, que é o gajo que nos vai nos dar as urnas para salvar o Al-Iman. Vamos falar com a irmã do Alistair, que está em Denrin, e vamos falar com a gaja que quer matar a Viviana em Denrin. Depois, né, vamos dar aqui a volta. Vou passar aqui por Soldice Peak, fazer esta missão desta DLC, que é muito boa, por sinal. Vamos por aqui. Aproveito, faço esta missão aqui também. Depois vamos para Osgamar. Osgamar, fazemos tudo em Osgamar. Depois para aqui vai estar o encerramento das urnas. Vamos aqui para as urnas. Fazemos esta secundária aqui. Vamos para o Castelo Redcliffe dar as urnas ao Iman. E aí sim, vamos para os derbys. Para depois irmos para Denver e acabar a porra do jogo. Peço imensa desculpa. É isso aí.
You have coins, stranger? Fine weapon and arms, dwarven made. Ah, posso não. Oh, diabo. Ok. Lobster subiu o nível. Ah, não posso porque a Viviana está ali morta. Entendo. Então vou buscar as coisinhas. Isto é gostoso.
And I'm off.
Nem está Viviana. Ah, está aqui.
Oh look, my bruises form a pretty pattern.
Ok, Viviana, então tá, né? Ser feliz, acho eu. Em todo caso. Está tudo em força. Próximo. Ok, level up. Antes de decidir, deixa eu ver quais. Não está a dizer antes de decidir. Filha de uma. What the fuck, man? Ok, antes de decidir, deixa eu ver quais são as outras habilidades. Então, tem que ter nível 12. Aqui ainda tem que ter nível 12. Vou meter este por enquanto. Okay. 82 de... Ah, também já tem. Vou ter aqui um de força. E o de mecânica. Ok, está tudo.
I have been studying Mother's grimoire. Do you wish to hear what I have found?
Claro. If you must.
'Tis not what I expected. I had hoped for a collection of her spells, a map of the power that she commands. But this is not it.
Yeah. Yet you look disturbed.
Disturbed? Yes, perhaps that is the right word. One thing in particular within her writings disturbs me. Here, in great detail, Flemeth explains the means by which she has survived for centuries.
a spell of immortality.
Oh, if only 'twere so. Flemeth has raised many daughters over her long lifetime. There are stories of these many witches of the wilds throughout chastened legend, yet I have never seen a one, and always wondered why not. And now I know. They are all Flemeth. When her body becomes old and wizened, she raises a daughter, and when the time is right, she takes her daughter's body for her own.
Foda! Ela já contou. Foda! Foi meter. Foda! Ok. So why would she risk sending you with me?
I do not know. Perhaps 'tis as she said. The Darkspawn threaten her as much as they threaten anyone else. Or perhaps she believes that this journey will make me more powerful. According to the tome, if the host is already powerful and trained in magic, it takes far less time for Flemeth to settle in.
So what do you know? So if you died, she would have another daughter?
Not by any natural means. Perhaps I should take this as a vote of confidence from her on my capabilities? Or perhaps she simply wished me gone from the Korkari wilds so she could prepare her ritual in peace. A disturbing thought.
And you had no idea. I'm so sorry.
Do not be sorry. I am not. I am angry. There is only one possible response to this. Flemeth needs to die. I will not sit about like an empty sack waiting to be filled. Flemeth must be slain, and I need your help to do it.
Ok, está aqui a quest de Confinante da Morrigan, de Ultimate Quest. Nós já temos o da Bibiana para fazer, temos o do Alvister para fazer e agora a Morrigan também está a falar. Perhaps you should talk to her about it first.
And what would that do? At best, I would receive pointless reassurances. At worst, Flemeth would imprison me once she became aware I know what I do. I know my mother well enough to be confident she would show no mercy when it came to her own survival. I must do the same.
Very well, I will help you if I can.
Then what needs to be done is for you to go back to Flemeth's hut in the Korkari wilds without me. If I am present when she is slain, I cannot be certain that she will not be able to possess my body right then, so I must remain at the camp. Confront her and slay her quickly. I doubt she will truly be dead even then, but it will take her years to find a new host and recover her power, if that is even possible. The thing I must have is her true grimoire. With it, I can defend against her power in the future. Everything else in her hut is yours.
Do I have a time limit on this?
Not really, but the sooner the better, no?
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
I am grateful. The sooner this can be done, the sooner it will set my mind at ease.
Elskin, não é agora que eu vou matar a Fran. Entendes? Elskin, tu estás a ver... do nível 11. Daqui a 9 níveis eu vou lá matar a Fêmea. Porque, caralho, quando ela se transforma no dragão, puta que pariu, é uma luta difícil para caralho, mano. Ela é mais forte que o próprio Arch Demons, juro. A luta dela é fodida. É muito difícil matar a Fêmea. Então não. Not today, not now.
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed.
aqui umas coisas que eu esqueci. Eu fui fazer a quest, mas eu não dei ao gajo porque eu sou burro. Eu peço desculpa, mano. É uma coisa que eu tenho para dar-te. Toma.
Strange. I had almost forgotten it. Completion. Are you sure you are a Grey Warden? I think you must be an Ashkari to find a single lost blade in a country at war.
Now that you have your sword, shouldn't you report back?
I will return to the Arishok with my report. But it would be a much more thorough and satisfying answer to his question if the Blight were ended first. Don't you agree?
Absolutely.
Then lead the way.
Woo! I feel good! Na 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 na!
You called. Speak, then. Then I suggest we move on. I am hardly surprised. Very well. As you wish.
Ah, pois é, também já fizemos do stand. Então é isso. Agora sim, se não me engano. Fuck. O que é que eles estão a fazer? What? Então tá, né? Vamos então aqui fora.
You remind me of Lady Cecily.
Who?
She was an Orlesian lady. My mother served her until she died, and Lady Cecily let me stay instead of turning me out on the street. You are like her in some ways. You have the same poise, the same air of nobility.
Oh, child, I am hardly noble.
I learned that nobility isn't just something you are born with. I have met nobles who are very petty and mean, complete degenerates. Then, there are people with a certain dignity and grace. It draws you to them, no matter who you are or who they are. I think the lowest peasant can have the most noble spirit, and it will always shine through. It is this nobility of spirit that you share with Cecily.
Why, thank you, Liliana. It is very kind of you to say that.
Ok. Que querida. Ei. Duas cabeças.
Liliana! Ah, so lovely to see you again, my dear. Spare me the pleasantries. I know you're...
Oh, you must excuse the shabby accommodations. I try to be a good host, but you see what I have to work with. This country smells like wet dog everywhere. I cannot get the smell out. Even now it is in my hair, my clothes, ugh.
Why did you send assassins after Viviana?
So businesslike, your companion.
You framed me, had me caught, and tortured. I thought that in Ferelden I would be free of you, but it seems I am not. What happened to make you hate me so? Why do you want me dead so badly?
Dead? Nonsense. I know you, my Liliana. I know what you are capable of. 4 or 5 men you can dispatch easily. They were sent to give you cause to come to me. And see, here you are.
You could have just sent a letter.
Ignore what she says. She's lying. I know how she works. What are you up to, Marjolaine? Why are you in Ferelden?
In truth, you have knowledge that you can use against me. For my own safety, I cannot let you be. It is you think I did not know where you were? Did you think I would not watch my Liliana? What is she up to, I thought? The quiet life, the peasant clothes, hair ragged and messy like a boy. This is not her. You were planning something, I told myself, so I watched. But no letters were sent, no messages, you barely spoke to anyone. Clever, Liliana, very clever. You almost had me fooled. But then, you left the Chantry so suddenly. What conclusion should I draw? You tell me.
You think I left because of you? You think I still have some plan for revenge? You are insane, paranoid.
Not not everything is about you, Marjolaine.
Oh, is that what you think? If I were you, I would believe nothing she says. Not a one. She will use you. You look at her and you see a simple girl, a friend, trusting and warm. It is an act.
I am not you, Marjolaine. I left because I didn't want to become you.
Oh, but you are me. You cannot escape it. No one will understand you the way I do, because we are one and the same. Do you know why you were a master manipulator, Liliana? It is because you enjoyed the game. You reveled in the power it gave you. You cannot change or deny this.
That part of Viviana life is over. Now, I trust Viviana no matter what you say.
Thank you. You will not threaten me or my friends again, Marjolaine. I want you out of my life forever.
Viviana has put the past behind her. You should do. Mano, o que é que eu estou a fazer? You should do só. Eu estou a dizer do estúpido.
Leave Ferelden. Go back to Arle and never return. What you do is no longer my concern.
I see. I will go, for now. But you carry a dangerous secret of mine, Liliana. It is not over. Not for us.
Liliana is not over.
She's gone. I don't know what to think. She said it wasn't over. No, she was lying. She won't come back. I need some time to myself. We'll talk later.
That's my sister's house. I'm almost sure of it. This is the right address. She could be inside. Could we go and see?
Yeah, let's do that.
Will she even know who I am? Does she even know I exist? My sister. That sounds very strange. Sister. Oh, now I'm babbling. Maybe we should go. Let's go. Let's just go. Hello?
Hey, you have linens to wash? I charge 3 bits on a bundle. You won't find better. And don't trust what that Natalia woman tells you either. She's foreign and she'll rob you blind.
I'm not here to have any wash done. My name's Alistair. Well, this may sound sort of strange, but are you Gordana? If so, I suppose I'm your brother.
My what? I am Goldana, yes. How do you know my name? What kind of tomfoolery are you folk up to?
He's telling the truth. Listen to him.
Look, our mother, she worked as a servant in Redcliffe Castle a long time ago before she died. Do you know about that?
You! I knew it! They told me you was dead. They told me the babe was dead along with mother, but I knew they was lying.
They told you I was dead? Who? Who told you that?
Them's at the castle. I told them the babe was the king's and they said he was dead. Gave me a coin to shut my mouth and sent me on my way. I knew it.
I'm sorry, I didn't know that. The babe didn't die. I'm him. I'm your brother.
for all the good it does me. You killed Mother, you did, and I've had to scrape by all this time. That coin didn't last long, and when I went back, they ran me off.
That's how the Alistair fought, is it?
And who in the Maker's name are you? Some servant of his to carry all his riches, I expect.
Hey, don't speak to him that way. He's my friend, and a Grey Warden just like me.
Oh, I see. A prince and a Grey Warden too. Well, who am I to think poorly of someone so high and mighty compared to me? I don't know you, boy. Your royal father forced himself on my mother and took her away from me. And what do I got to show for it? Nothing. They tricked me good. I should have told everyone. I got 5 mouths to feed. And unless you can help with that, I got less than no use for you.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Goldana, Alistair came here hoping to find his family.
Well? So he's found it. I'm his sister. But what are you to me, boy? Except the one who took my mother away, hmm?
You think I wished her dead? I never wanted that. I didn't have the life you think I did, Goldana.
I suppose not. A bastard is still a bastard, isn't he? But... brother or no, I've got 5 mouths to feed and no time to spare until they are.
And let me promise you this, Goldana. I'll do whatever I can, speak to whomever I have to ensure you and your children are taken care of.
That sounds all well and fine. But you'll have to forgive me if I don't exactly hold my breath.
You have my promise. I can't give you more than that. Let's go. I want to go. Goodbye, sister. Well, that was not what I expected, to put it lightly. I lived up to my promise, I suppose, but this is the family I've been wondering about all my life? I can't believe it. I guess I was expecting her to accept me without question. Isn't that what family is supposed to do? I feel like a complete idiot.
Everyone is out of themselves. You should learn that.
Yes, I suppose you're right. I should. Let's just go. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Ok, agora vou só... Antes que isto vai pro caralho. Está tudo?
I recognize you. From Ostagar. And trust his blood. You're a Grey Warden. Duncan's apprentice. You killed my friend. And good King Cailan. I demand satisfaction, sir.
Satisfaction. Satisfaction?
An uncommon traitor deserves no common death. We will meet on the field of honor, and my blade shall see justice done. Meet me in the back alley behind the Nod Noble Tavern. There we will duel.
We're going to charge against the wardens are false.
So you would compound slander on top of treason? You dare smear Terran Loghain's word?
Sim. User wins. The wardens would never have the Darkspawn.
I do not like your tone, sir. But you may be right. I may regret this, but I cannot duel someone who may be guiltless. Leave, Warden. If I find proof, we will meet again.
Claro, nunca vais achar, sabes porque não existe.
I wonder if they have a good plum wine.
Ah, então com esta conversa nós sabemos que tu gostas de vinho. Faz sentido.
What can I get you, stranger?
Let me see what you have.
Right, I'll show you.
Eu sei que tu tens umas quests, mas não. As quests não são a mesma coisa, se não me engano. Só tens o El aqui. Isto é o quê? Isso é tipo veneno, não é?
What can I get you, stranger?
Not straight illegal, nossa. Okay, he goes around for prying eyes to produce a few notes of behalf of interested parties. Isto são quests. Mas são quests de... Eu sou bonzinho, então não faço isto. Porque eu sou bonzinho. Também até há umas quests de roubo e tal, mas eu sou bonzinho. Então eu não vou fazer isto. Porque eu sou bom, ok? Se eu tivesse a jogar por mim sem seguir o roleplay, eu dizia: Não, faz tudo, eu faço tudo, meu. Mas não, eu sou bonzinho, eu não roubo nada. Isto é o quê? Ah, não, ainda não. Isto é dos magos, né? Wonders Tailor's Shop. Ok. Deixa eu ver o que é que isto tem. Se não me engano, isto é dos magos. É.
Alright.
O que é que fiz? Os gajos estão cheios de livros, mano. Esta loja é a loja do XP.
Jade, carved and polished into the shape of a large...
Yes.
Oh, I see. Well, that's just rude.
Ok. Vamos ver o que é que eles têm aqui.
Welcome to the wonders of Thedas. We carry items crafted by the
Por que eu não estou
serpent,
surpreendido?
as well as a variety of antiquities. Is there anything you would like to see?
Peço desculpa, que é um trampo que eu estou aqui a falar. Por que eu não estou surpreendido? O que é que tu tens? Zetor Speed Healer, por exemplo. Eu tenho a Win, não preciso. E o Berserk acho que é com o outro personagem. Mas este mapa ancião. Também não é grátis, mas é divertido. Mas eu acho que é para o personagem secreto que eu não devo ter. Arcade Tactic. Também 22, é caro para caraças, mano. Eu já tenho os 15, eu já vou comprar aqui para a Viviana, quando puder. Mas eu vou aprender uma técnica não. Sendo que eu ainda não faço desbloquear o Assassin por causa do grande e filho da puta do Zebra. Eu aqui nesta cidade eu vou desbloquear a outra que eu quero. Não é aqui. Primeiro eu tenho que ter aqui com o irmão Genetivi. Que bosta de nome.
Yes? What are you doing here?
I'm looking for brothers Genetivi.
Brother Genetivi? Why?
Genetivi, I think it's okay. I would like to speak him about his research.
His research? Ah, you mean his search for Andraste's ashes? He was on the trail of the Urn of Sacred Ashes, yes. Whether he found it, the Maker only knows. I haven't seen Brother Genetivi in weeks. He sent no word. It's so unlike him. I'm afraid something has happened. Genetivi's research into the urn may have led him into danger.
You think he's in trouble because of the urn?
Perhaps the urn has been lost for a reason. I pray for Genetivi's safety, but hope dwindles with each passing day. I tried to send help, but some knights came from Redcliffe looking for him not long ago. I sent them after Genetivi, and they too have disappeared.
Where did you send them?
Now, don't ask me where they went. You'll go after them. And what if ill luck should befall you too? This search is a curse on all of us. Some things are not meant to be found. I know that now.
I'm willing to risk it. Tell me where it went.
So be it. All he said before he left was that he would be staying at an inn near Lake Calenhard, investigating something in that area.
What exactly was he investigating?
I don't know. All I discovered from going through his research was that he was staying at the inn.
But you just said that he spoke to you and told you what that.
Yes, of course he told me, but I also went through his things to see if I could find other clues to his whereabouts.
You sound nervous. Hiding something?
That's not true. I told you everything I know. Brother Ginny TV told me about the inn, and that's all.
Us? Us.
Us? I mean me. There is no us. Bah! Why do I keep up this charade? I gave you a chance to turn aside and forget you ever heard of Genitivi and the urn, but you persisted. Now it has come to this. Andraste, forgive me, I do this in your name.
Vais fazer o quê, hã? Não vai fazer merda nenhuma, tu vais morrer, seu falso do caralho. Nossa, seu merda. Está aqui o verdadeiro.
Yes.
Morto. Viviana!
And I'm off.
Huh.
Supostamente eu tenho aqui uma quest. Nesta casa. Vou gravar o jogo. Não, vou gravar aqui. Ok. Depois eu vou a win já. Depois aqui. The door opens a crack in response to your knock. There's a light breeze, like a change in pressure. Present the small painted box. Between. The door closes. Continue. Ok. Então isto é da Red Jenny. Ok. Então eu agora. Está bem um livro. Estou a ver. Sergeant Knight. Deixa eu falar.
You here to report another crime? I swear we should just cordon off the entire district. Oh, can I help you, Warden?
In the market district really that bad?
The lower market isn't deemed important by the captain of the guard, even less with Al Howe in charge. So when I finally get the new men I request, I get the delightful surprise of discovering their Lord Such-and-Such's illegitimate, untrained, moronic whelps. But lords keep sending me more of them. It's decent pay, no expectations, a uniform. So I have a legion of bastards to protect the market from pickpockets, stabbings, and whatnot. And Al Howe's specially picked men are the worst of the lot.
The Al and I have a rich history. Tell me about this man.
With the bastards, I just have to worry about dicing, the odd bit of drool, or yelling at them too loudly and hurting their poor feelings, and then getting chewed out by their noble fathers. But I swear, the Arl's men are more criminal than the miscreants we occasionally arrest. Some of them are the criminals we have to arrest. So if your lifeblood isn't draining in the gutters as we speak, don't bother reporting it.
Actually, do you need any help?
What? You're serious?
Yes.
I mean, yes, I could use help. I've got a pretty popular establishment that's crawling with mercenaries. If I send my boys in, someone might get, maker forbid, hurt, and I'll have to explain to their noble fathers that being a guard is actually dangerous.
What do you need me to do?
The name of the whorehouse is the Pearl. Beat down any mercenaries that are out of line.
Eu tenho que ir lá de qualquer jeito.
I said beat down, not kill. Let me make that really clear. Not on fire, or exploded, or make a nose, whatever type of grisly death you can dream up. Sorry. Used to giving orders to my boys. Just leave them breathing and I'll be happy.
Ok.
Sign me up, Sergeant.
Thank you, Warden. Happy hunting.
Obrigado. Deixa-me só ir ter aqui com o Wade's Imperium. O Wade é grande personagem, mano. Ah, é grande personagem este gajo. É muito hilário. Ai, ai, este gajo é muito bom mesmo.
Welcome, friends. Welcome to Wade's Emporium. We have the finest armors in Denerim, maybe in all of Ferelden. How may we assist you?
Let's see what we have to sell.
Certainly.
Tu tens algum presente? Eu sei que tens armaduras, mas às vezes podes ter. Não, não tem. Só mesmo armadura. Tu dizes que as tuas armaduras são boas, hein? E se eu te dizer que tu achaste as armaduras uma bosta? Embora que... Studded Armor Armed. Ok, studded.
Welcome back. You looking for fine armor?
Por acaso não nem... Assim, calma aí. Ah, não, isto é... Esquece. Esquece. Não é standard. Se fosse standard é que era fixe. As mesmas cenas. É caro para cá. Mano, é muito caro, mano. Nós não até comprava para. Mas é muito caro. Então esquece. Olha, quando eu tiver os materiais certos, sei que me entendes, eu vou ter contigo para far. Ah, ainda não melhorei a...
So, let me get this straight. You were a cloistered sister?
You must have been a brother before you became a Templar, no?
I never actually became a Templar. I was recruited into the Grey Wardens before I took my final vows.
Do you ever regret leaving the Chantry?
No, never. Do you?
Yes. You may not believe it, but I found peace there. The kind of peace I've never known.
It used to get so quiet at the monastery that I would start screaming until one of the brothers came running. I would tell them that I was just checking. You never know, right?
No, I never did anything like that. I enjoyed the quiet.
Suit yourself. The look on their face was always priceless.
Estava a ser uma filha da puta, mano. Ok, Magic. Bota aqui 28 e um bocado de Willpower. Next. Já agora, os magos podem ser Shapeshifter, que é então o da Win. Spirit Healer. Da Win não, estúpido, da Morrigan. Spirit Healer. Aiken Warrior, que é aquele livro que eu posso comprar ou numa missão eu sei como ter isto aqui. E Blood Mages, que até hoje eu nunca consegui ter o Blood Mages. Até hoje. Talvez. Eu acho que para ter o Blood Mages tu tens. Epá, o coisa porque eu peço. Eu acho que para ter o Blood Mages acho que obrigatoriamente tu tens de ser um personagem mago. Para teres algumas opções para conseguires. Eu nunca fui mago, então nunca consegui ter esta habilidade. Todas, nunca consegui ter esta. Então deixa cá ver. Vamos começar a usar o jogo, Win.
Magic exists to serve man and
The
never...
deep dark before dawn's first...
Accept. Ok.
Light seems eternal.
Eu ganhei quests no mundo. Ganhei nestes aqui. Ok. Não, este Views of Heaven é aquilo que eu tenho que fazer. Ganhei foi este aqui. Battlefield, já não tinha feito este? cá para mim não fiz tudo. Cá para mim tinha que pegar alguma coisa que eu não peguei. Então pronto. Vou fazer esta volta. Tchuc. E volta para trás. Ok. Então primeiro de tudo. Vamos eu para The Pearl. Ok, estamos aqui no The Pearl. A grande pérola. E está aqui uma personagem que eu gosto muito.
That scamp Kylon sent you, right?
I think you forget who you are
Glad he hasn't
speaking
forgotten
to.
about us.
A sério que estão
Give
dois
you a
a...
mercenary
Cala a boca,
right there.
esta vida da Isabela.
If you're here as long as just
Someone needs to put you in your place.
Não posso fazer nada.
She's too good.
Be off with you now, and be glad I only took from you your gold. Fools.
Ah, minha waifu! Mas aqui tem um falar aqui com a Isabel.
Ah, a Grey Warden. And I had heard that all the Ferelden Wardens were killed or exiled from this place. Oh, don't look so surprised. I've seen many of your kind in my journeys, and there is always something odd about you. Huh, strong hands. Could I entice you to leave your order and sign up as one of my crewmen? I could use those strong hands at my helm.
Your fighting skills are impressive.
I assume you saw that little drama, and none of these poor brutes has ever proven a match for me. They are too clumsy and predictable. I fight with quickness and wit, rather than with brute force and strength. I call myself a duelist because I honed my skills in duels with warriors I encountered over the years.
Will you teach me how to be a duelist?
An unusual request, coming from a fearsome slayer of Darkspawn. I am flattered that you wish to learn from me, sweet thing. It will take you years of practice to achieve true mastery of the style, but I can teach you the basics. I do, however, wish to get to know my potential student better, so we shall call for a drink, and you will honor me with a game.
Are there no other ways for us to get to know each other?
Do you have something else in mind?
Let's go somewhere private and I could show you.
Oh, and now you've piqued my interest. It would surely be rude of me to decline such a delicious offer.
You're going with her? I thought you were joking.
Muito bem.
What about us? Doesn't what we have mean anything to you? Please, don't tell me you really wanna...
I did not realize that somebody had already claimed you. I have enemies enough, and I would like to avoid making more. I do not want to cause offense. Let us forget what was said.
What? A sério?
A drink, a round of liquor, else we have no agreement.
Ah, tudo bem, mas para um jogo. Eu não acredito que eu não vou comer a Isabel por causa da Viviana. Filha da puta. Mas eu sei que dá para ter orgias com ela, cara. Por que a Viviana não quer? Viviana, vai para caralho. Calma aí.
Alright, I can...
Eu não posso. Eu deito do fundo do meu coração. Morre.
Welcome back, Grey Warden. And what can Isabella do for you today?
Vamos lá jogar a merda do jogo. Foda-se.
Before we start, the cards must be shuffled. Shall I, or would you like to? Very well. There. That should be sufficient. 5 cards each to start with. And may the cleverest player win. Ah, a wonderful card for me. You certainly have quick reflexes. I'm quite impressed. And as for me cheating, well, the game does not matter. I just wanted to see if you could outwit me. You have proven yourself quick and resourceful, and I would be honored to pass my skills on to you. Come, We all need some space for this.
Ué? Onde estão aqui os talentos? Morre.
Turn around and walk, stranger. This affair is for White Falcons only.
By order of the guard, vacate the places.
Get a load of this guard. You're telling us what to do?
Novas vão side. Wherever side. No reef. Ah, fuck.
You have a point there. Men, let's clear out. Don't want to get on Locane's bad side, do we?
Sim, sim, vamos embora.
Tell Kylon I owe him one.
Aqui não é, se não me engano. É, mas acho que tenho que falar com a gaja. Pronto. Eu agora eu tenho de me satisfazer graças a ti, Viviana.
Welcome to the Pearl. I'm Sanga, the proprietor. Have a seat, get comfortable, and tell me what you need. Every one of my people here is a skilled craftsman, and don't let anyone tell you different. You'll have to go one at a time, I'm afraid. Our rooms aren't quite big enough to share between so many. But we can discuss that in a moment. So what would you like me to show you? The men or the women? Or some of both, if you prefer.
Woman. Womany!
Wait here. Now, before you choose one, let me remind you of the guild rules. You see these lovely gentlemen by the door? If you don't play nicely with my people, these boys will have words with you. You'll pay up front, 40 silver. I'm getting tired of throwing soldiers off the pier for forgetting their coin. We're a craft hall, not a public charity. So, shall I let you get acquainted?
40. I'm not paying more than 20 silver.
Make it 30 and we have a deal.
Very well.
Go ahead and choose then.
Deixa cá ver. Isto aqui é uma alfa? Deve ser uma alfa. Não, nem fudendo. Isto é uma menor. Dá-me sensação que essa porra é uma menor. Caralho. Dá-me a ser uma menor, porra. Eu quero menor, vem cá. Não. Isto é que deve ser uma alfa. Não, isto é uma humana. Aqui é uma alfa, nem sei. Humana, isto é uma alfa, né? Não, humana também. Isto aqui é uma alfa. Deve ser, tem as orelhas pontiagudas. Ah, vai primeiro, foda-se.
Right this way.
Pronto. Vou fingir que tu és a Isabela.
Tell me, like the Darkspawn, and make inroads in the south.
Ok. Muito bem. Ok. Esta luta não sei se eu vou conseguir passar dela, porque ela é difícil para caralho. Então vou fazer o seguinte. Vamos aqui no strategy. Só no strategy. Eu e o Alistair vamos para aqui. O Alistair vai primeiro porque ele é coisa minha. Viviana vai para aqui.
As you like.
E a mim vai para aqui. Tá? Estás pronto, Alistair? 1, 2, 3. Luta para o caralho! Tu vais aqui. Tu aqui. Lutas neste Blood Mage. Win. E tu com este Mage. Vai lá. Já estou a morrer, mano. What the fuck? Ok, vai ser vídeo em grupo. Ou esta já era. Ah, o gajo ainda meteu uma magia de estar a falhar tudo, meu, que nojo. Fuck you. Eu falho tudo, mas eu estou certo. Cabrão. Ah não, o Win vai morrer. Foda-se. Filhos da puta, mano. Ok, vamos agora tentar assim. E eu vou para aqui. O gajo vai tentar, bora lá. Vou matar este boa de mates. Win, vida no hamster, bora. Hamster. Hora da opção. Que os boa de mates é que são os mais fodidos. Como é que eu não tenho stamina, meu? É o tipo... Aqui. Eu fui congelado. Maravilha. Me pergunta, o que é que estás a fazer na tua vida? Entendo, estás a tentar não vá com magia. Entendo. Faz sentido, Win. Nem está o Budmates. Será que morreu? Não vejo Budmates. Acho que são os meus amigos. Win, põe-te a pau, tu vais morrer. Tu vais morrer, não vais. Ok, o Win não morreu ainda. Eu não acertei, o quê? Ah, fuck. Vou dar vida no hamster. O hamster que está mais arriscado neste momento. O hamster já era. Ah, o Win morreu! Ah, fuck me! Eu não posso deixar uma personagem morrer. Se morrer é game over já. O que é que eu faço? Qual mais um cogumelo? Não. Tenho veneno. Não apanho os dois. Não posso. Morreu? Porquê que tu deixaste ter momentâneo? Mas que merda foi esta, mano? Não, por enquanto está-se fixe. Falta só dois. São dois arcanos bosta, bora lá. Então tá, né? 3 anos. Bora lá. Vou matar esse porra e eu hoje. Pronto, já está com o Nintendo. Eu não sei, às vezes o porra do jogo que tira, não percebo. Foi difícil. Mas eu consegui. O Alistair já está com 3. Está com 3. Bota aí. Bosta. Vou salvar.
Now let's see, which one first?
Foda-se. Vocês podem parar-se de mover e não sei. Ataquem! Fazem qualquer bosta, por favor. Eu agradeço, pá. Ah, você vai atacar os gajos, vai. Vai, vai, deixa de ser inúteis. Faça alguma coisa, por favor, obrigado. O hino precisa estar vindo ao Alistair, senão o Alistair daqui a pouco vai quebrar. Ih, está de hack, mano, está de hack, velho. Ah, vai fazer raios para a cona da tua mãe, otário. Win, precisas dar vida ao Alistair. Hã? Calma. Hã? Ah, o gajo subiu de nível! Ah, não, fuck, eu sei que vou dar de nível ao gajo que... Ah, fuck me! Mano, não sei, mano, que sorte. Como o gajo sobe de nível, o gajo fica com tudo. Morreu? Bora lá. Está tudo. Força, meu filho, força! É o que tu precisas neste momento, força. E também... um assaltozinho bacana.
What?
What? Ok. Já podes usar as outras armaduras. Já podes ter o escudo, fixe. Pois. Sempre diz assim, feito bosta. Está uma bosta. Ficas a com 20, mas também ficas a perder muita fadiga, mano. Tu quanto estás bom assim, como estavas antes? Conta! É, este conta, mano. Embora tenha uma cor diferente. Porque é um pouco mais pesado. Mas dá mais armadura. Embora não faz diferença nenhuma, praticamente, mas... é isso aí, mano. Isto também conta? Também conta. Tá certo. Só não tenho o peito, mano. Só não tenho o peito. O resto conta tudo. Então, um gajo aceita, né? Um gajo aceita com isto.
Going. All right.
Ok.
Huh.
On my way.
Of course.
Isso é uma cena. Eu também não tenho. Não sei o que é que eu estou a fazer. Desde quando é que eu tenho 23? Que? Mano, what the fuck? Como é que eu tenho 23? Se isto aqui dá-me 2, isto aqui dá-me 0. Ah! O teu pau na minha mão, caralho! Que é esta merda? Eu disse mal, é mais o meu pau na tua mão, mas. É nice. Agora estou com fatiga, é isso? Ah, às vezes não entendo este jogo.
Going.
I know not how you're survived thus far. Is it luck or providence? No matter. You will not survive this!
É? Win. Dá as boas-vindas ao gajo. É já assim, Win. Já assim, minha filha, dá as boas-vindas. Ok, o gajo também nos deu as boas-vindas. Win. Preciso matar estes navabetes. Vais morrer. Filha da puta! Ok, Win, o que é que tu podes fazer aqui? Mano, isso não para de sair da frente. Eu sei que eu fiquei estando. Adeus. Medium Potion. Vida. Hã? Não foi dado vida, estou muito confuso. Minha opção. Por que tu não bebeste a opção? Estou muito confuso. Muito confuso mesmo. Ok. Alistair. Protege. Não é mentira, elas as duas conseguem dar cabo dele. Alistair, vem comigo, meu filho. Vamos matar estes navabetes e outros. Bebe poção, meu filho, bebe poção. Não tenhas medo, bebe poção. Ainda tenho algumas. Bora lá, bora lá. Ah! What the fuck? Eu estou a ser controlado. Que? Vou morrer. Foda-se, que merda foi esta, mano? Está na hora de mostrar quantos paus faz uma canoa. Bora lá. Fuck you! Ah, que nojo!
Esta segunda não teve hipótese, o gajo. Nem teve hipótese.
All right.
I have been studying Mother's grimoire. Do you wish to hear what I have found?
If you must.
'Tis not what I expected. I had hoped for a collection of her spells.
Ah, já não tive esta
a
conversa
map of the
contigo.
power that she commands. But this is not it.
What? Já tive esta conversa
Here,
contigo,
in
mas
great
ok.
detail, Flemeth explains the means by which she has survived.
Tive esta conversa
And
contigo, mas por
now
algum
I
motivo está a dar
know.
outra vez.
They are all Flemeth. When her
Ah.
body becomes old and wizened, she raises a daughter, and when the time is right, according to the tome, if the... I will not sit about like an empty sack waiting to be filled. Flemeth must be slain, and I need your help to do it. If I must, I will find a way to deal with it. I know my mother well enough to be confident she would show. The thing I must have is her true grimoire. With it, I can defend against her power in the future. Everything...
Caralho, agora... Como... Eu não ia fazer isto, mas como o jogo... Eu não sei, eu também estava a cagar um bocado para a conversa. Peço desculpa.
If there's anything I can do.
Só vou fazer isto por causa que o jogo fudeu-me agora, não quer saber. Fudeu-me, eu também lhe fodo, espera aí. O que é que dava mais? Acredito que é o Sugar. O que é que eu posso vender aqui? Vendo isto. Vendo isto. Mas por enquanto eu posso comprar. Calma aí. Então venho aqui. Só porque o jogo me fodeu, mano. Mano, já tinha tido esta conversa contigo. Que merda foi esta, mano? Vai tomar no cu, Morrigan. Neste caso do jogo, não sei, velho. Que alguém vai tomar no cu com isto.
Interesting.
Prontos. Perdi 6, 5. Está praticamente a mesma coisa. Então vou deixar assim. Ok. Vou deixar assim. Vou falar aqui então com a Liliana.
Oh, hello. Is there something you wanted to talk about?
I like to talk about what happened today.
It's nothing. I'm fine. I'm just thinking.
What about?
I can't get what happened out of my head. I'd been in Lothering for years, and she still thought I was plotting against her. She didn't trust me. Maybe she never did. She loved me when she could use me and control me. And now that she can't, she wants me dead. It hurts to realize that I never really knew her.
Sometimes people surprise you.
I knew she was ruthless, but I didn't know how far she could go. She is self-serving, cruel. She uses people, then discards them. But that's how she survives in the life she leads. What if she's right? What if we're the same? I should just have stayed in the Chantry.
She would have attacked you there eventually.
Maybe, but that is not the point. I was a different person there. I forgot my life as a bard while I was in the cloister. I felt safe. I didn't have to watch my back all the time. That's what made Marjolaine the person she is, don't you see? It ruined her. It will ruin me too. Even now, I feel some regret at not ending her life in order to protect my own.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Isn't there? It's the first step down this dark path. First thought, then action. What we're doing, what we've done. Hunted men down, killed them. Part of me loves it. It invigorates
Eu pensava que
me
esta
and
frase
this
tinha outro
scares me.
significado.
I
Acho que fiz merdas
feel
piores.
myself slipping.
You're a good person. You always will be.
How can you be so sure?
You left the chantry to help others. That means something.
Do you really think so? Hearing you say that gives me comfort. I would like to be alone for now. I have many things to consider. Thank you for listening to me.
De nada. Ah, isso também tenho que falar contigo.
Something on your mind?
I have some questions.
Of course.
If you were raised in a chantry, have you never...
Never what? Had a good pair of shoes?
Sex?
Oh, so that's what we're talking about. Well, if you really want to know, you tell me first.
Tell you what, of course I have. Honestly, no, I haven't. Já. Toda a gente já sabe que tu fizeste. Nem que se foi com uma prostituta. Porque não gosto nem de comer a Isabela porque a puta da Viviana não deixou. Ao menos foste com uma puta. Okay. Tell you what, of course I have.
And apparently you have no shame as well. Well, all right, I'll play along. I myself never had the pleasure. Not that I haven't thought about it, of course. But, you know.
Your cards. So you are a virgin. Filha da puta. You never had the opportunity.
Well, living in the Chantry it's not exactly a life for rambunctious boys. They raised me to be a gentleman. That's not so bad, is it?
You tell me.
I've no urge to rush into anything. We may not even survive what is to come, after all. Enough. I don't want to talk about this anymore. Let's go.
Ai ai. Stan, tens alguma coisa para falar comigo?
You called. Speak then.
Aposto não tem nada, já sabia.
Then I suggest we move on. I am hardly surprised.
Do you find Ferelden very strange?
To put it lightly, no one has a place here. Your farmers wish to be merchants. The merchants dream of being nobles, and the nobles become warriors. No one is content to be who they are.
Don't the Canary ever want to change their what in wife?
What does that accomplish? The farmer who buys a shop is never a merchant. He is always a farmer turned merchant. He carries his old life with him as a turtle carries its shell.
He might be happier.
Happiness is fragile. Nothing can be built upon it that will last. Only duty endures.
You don't think happiness is important?
You can learn to find it in doing your duty, in serving your people. There is no need to search for it. Shall we move on?
Is there anything you like about Ferelden?
There is interesting food here.
Seems legit.
You have a thing. It doesn't have a word in the Kunari tongue. Little baked things like bread, but sweet and crumbly.
Cookies?
Yes, we have no such things in our lands. This should be remedied.
I keep that in mind.
Shall we move on?
You sound a bit homesick.
Perhaps. It's strange to be in a crowd and hear a language that is not your own. To see faces that are and aren't like yours. I miss the smells of Saheron. Tea and incense and the sea. Ferelden smells of wet dogs.
Outro! Porra, o que é que Ferelden tem com wet dogs, caraças? Dogs don't smell that bad.
Skunks don't mind the smell of other skunks either. Shall we move on?
Let's go.
As you wish.
Eva, Stan! 41. Não tens nada de novo?
You called. I am hardly surprised.
Hã?
No one has
Acabei
a
de falar
place
com...
here.
Entendi.
Very well.
Ok. Deixa eu ver os presentes que eu tenho para começar a dar. Peço desculpa, vou ter que ir outra vez a ver quais são os presentes de cada um. Eu sei que eu tenho um para a Bibiana, que isso é muito fácil de adivinhar qual é. Que é o Symbol of Andraste.
Oh, how dear of you. Thank you so much.
Nada, minha querida. Deixa eu cá ver. Então, peço desculpa. Dragon Age Origins Gifts Guide. Escrevi tudo mal, mas está maravilhoso. Então, Gifts to Origins. Onde é que é? Giving Gifts, deve ser aqui. Não, não é. Special Gifts, deve ser aqui. Ok, Gifts para Alistair. O que é que temos aqui? Ainda não dei a espada do Stan, mano. Eu estou muito confuso, mas eu não tinha dado a espada do Stan.
Strange. I had almost forgotten it.
The fuck, man? Estou muito confuso.
Are you sure you are a Grey Warden? I think you must be an Ashkari to find a single lost blade in a country at war.
Tu estavas comigo, mano. You're welcome, Stan.
I would thank you for this, if I knew how. And I could deliver a much more satisfying answer to the Arishok's question if the Blight were ended. Don't you agree?
So you're staying then?
I am one of the Beresad. I have never abandoned the field with a battle unmet.
I'm glad to have you, Stan.
Indeed, it isn't every Grey Warden who has his own Beresad. I will see you reach the Archdemon. Lead the way.
Ok. Carai, mano, aumentei bem com o Stan. Carai, mano. 56 Stan. Carai, véi. O que é que a menina está aqui a fazer?
I am hardly
Eu
surprised.
devia ter uma coisa. Eu tenho que continuar avançando na história.
Very well.
É só para confirmar. Mas
As you
carai. O que é que há ainda de presentes? Deixa eu cá ver. Tenho poucos, mano. Tenho poucos. A Silver from Still Life. E bebidas, ok. Viviana, já lhe dei o Symbol of Andraste. Ela não quer mais nada. Ok. Morrigan, Gold Amulet. Não tenho, não. Também só tenho isto, é fácil de ver. Isto é ainda presente, Isto é presente, o shit é para vender. Eu não tenho este personagem. Também não tenho este personagem. Stan. Tenho um presente para o Stan. Onde é que estás, Stan? Estás aqui. Toma, Stan.
Unexpected. Thank you.
Mano, o teu homem está bem com o Stan. Não tenho mais nada para o Stan. Este é assim, eu aposto que é de um personagem que eu não tenho aqui. Que é aquele que eu me arrependo toda hora, todo o dia de ter este personagem. Aposto, mano. É mesmo isso. Eu arrependo toda hora, todo o dia de ter este personagem. Então, Zé Branco.
How nice.
Só um, mano. Que bosta. Só tenho um. Eu vou cometer um erro na minha vida.
Here I am.
I want to discuss something personal.
Again? I'm game.
Again, I'm game. Que? Não.
Here I am.
Já agora, a tua armadura e tal, tens alguma coisa decente que eu possa roubar-te? Seis. 1,50. Mas o gajo não está... o gajo não tem bónus de coisa? O gajo devia ter, estou muito confuso. Então tá, né, jogo? Então tá. Vamos aqui. Vender aqui umas cenas.
Are you sure I can't interest you in this hat?
Então, meu filho, é o seguinte. Vim aqui vender quartzo. Vim aqui vender guarnet. Estás a ver? Cheats. Esta porra aqui. Vim vender esta porra que é grátis. Que não preciso mais desta porra. Venho agora aqui ao Enchantment.
Enchantment?
Yes, Enchantment.
Enchantment!
Enchantment. Então, venho aqui ao Enchantment. Mesma coisa aqui. Mas eu tenho isto aqui, o Diets. Isto é o quê? Reduz o speed. Isto é o quê? Eu Electricity Damage. Ok, o resto é uma bosta, mas eu dou aqui também o Alistair Electricity. Sahala. Este não é do Stan? Stan, tu não equipaste a tua arma? Stan não equipou a arma dele, mano. What the fuck, Stan? Equipa essa porra, mano. Também vou demandar aqui um Enchantment! Yes, Enchantment. Vem aqui o Asahala do Stan, dou-lhe aqui Fire Damage. Opa, não é isto que eu queria ter feito. Toma aqui Fire Damage. Pronto. Agora vem aqui.
Are you sure I can't interest you in...
O que é que tu tens aqui? Vou vender aqui umas cenas. Ainda. Vendo aqui que eu não preciso. Vendo aqui. Estou a pensar muito em vender esta porra. Isto está a ser desnecessário. 38 de força. O resto da armadura está cá. Tá. É tudo com 38 de força. É. Depois eu tenho que comprar. Depois o Alistair vai ficar fodão com essa armadura. Mas é, agora sim, vamos cometer um erro. Bora lá.
Here I am.
Can you answer some questions?
Oh, this should be good. Go ahead.
What is your opinion of Dervish?
I know little enough of the Dalish other than the fact that my mother was one, or so I was told. She had fallen in love with an elven woodcutter and accompanied him back to the city, leaving her clan behind for good. And there, of course, the woodcutter died of some filthy disease and my mother was forced into prostitution to pay off his debts. Oldest tale in the book.
Meu Deus. Zavan, that's horrible.
Is it? It seemed normal enough a tale growing up. No different than the other elven boys in the whorehouse. I didn't know my mother either, of course. She died giving birth to me. My first victim, as it were. We were all
Caralho.
raised communally by the whores. It was a happy enough existence, ignoring the occasional beating. Until eventually I was sold to the crows. I brought a good price, so I hear.
I'm so... I'm sorry for you, Zavan.
That's very kind of you to say, but it is not necessary. It could have been much worse. Shall I tell you about what happened to the other whorehouse boys who did not fetch a decent price with the crows? Surely your life has not been so idyllic. People like you and I are not the product of happy lives of contentment, after all.
You can say that again.
My original point is that my mother's Dalish nature was always a point of fascination for me. Through all the years of my crow training, the one thing of my mother's that I possessed was a pair of gloves. They were of Dalish make, I knew that much, and beautiful. I had to keep them hidden, of course, as we were not allowed such things. Eventually, they were discovered, and I never saw them again.
Olha, o gajo acabou de falar de um dos presentes dele, que é umas luvas Davis, que é da mãe. Ok. But how do you feel about the Davis in general?
I don't feel anything about them. Oh, we heard about them in the city, even deep in Antiva. I even had the notion once to run off and join them. Naturally, the reality did not live up at all to the fantasies I had constructed as a boy, staring at those gloves. But such is life. Come, enough talk of the Dalish. Let us move on.
Quer meter um pouco com ele?
I've a question, if I may.
Go ahead.
Well, here's the thing. I swore an oath to serve you, yes? And I understand the quest you're on, and this is all very fine and well. My question pertains to what you intend to do with me once this business is over with, as a point of curiosity.
Arremes. Vamos ter. Is this after I... fuck, não sei
Oh, what's this? I get ravished once all is said and done? What a dirty little mind you have, my friend.
Ah! Fuck! Eu fiz uma escolha merda! Eu fiz uma escolha merda! Eu pensava que isto era outra coisa, fuck! Que nós não! Não é esse tipo de festa que eu quero contigo, Zé Bra. Eu estou fora, mano. Não era bem esse tipo... Pensava que era outra palavra, fuck! Estou fora, mano. Fuck! Não. Não. Assassin for... eu could... I could always use a friend.
Oh, not more than friend?
No! 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 No, Zebra! No! No, definitely... isto vai com o caralho já.
Spoil sport. It is good to know what my options might be, but that is for another time. For now, we have much to do.
Eu perdi, não perdi? Eu perdi coisa com ele. Só ganhei um.
What say you? I suppose the crows are already furious, yes? What harm is another tweak to their nose?
Caralho, finalmente!
Trained in the basics of an assassin. I can certainly show you.
Yes! Tenho um assassin. Hell yeah! Não tenho de falar mais contigo. Mentira, não faço assim. Já tenho um assassin. Uhul! Agora a bosta é que, né? Tenho que ter nível 14 para poder usar o assassin agora. Eu estou nível 12. Acontece. Talvez aqui continuar com ele.
What say you?
Questions?
By all means.
Why did you want to weave the crowns exactly?
Well now, I imagine that's a very fair question. Being an assassin after all is a living, at least as far as such things go. I was simply never given the opportunity to choose another way. So if that choice presents itself, why should I not seize upon it?
You didn't choose to join crowns?
To be truthful, I didn't even know the crows existed when I joined them.
That's certo.
I was but a boy of 7 when I was purchased. For 3 sovereigns, I'm told. Which is a good price, considering I was all ribs and bone and didn't know the pommel of a dagger from the pointy end. The crows buy all their assassins that way. Buy them young, raise them to know nothing else but murder. And if you do poorly in your training, you die.
That sounds awful.
Oh, I don't know about that. The crows who are actually good enough to survive come to enjoy some of the benefits. In Antiva, being a crow gets you respect. It gets you wealth. Gets you women. And men. Or whatever it is you might fancy.
That's it.
That does not mean doing what is expected of you always. And it means being expendable. It's a cage, if a gilded cage. Pretty, but confining.
Why didn't you just leave them?
And become the next mark for some up-and-coming crow? Not likely. The only way to leave is for them to think you're dead. And even then, you would best be scarce.
Faz sentido.
As for what I'll do in the future, presuming that there is one, I truly can't imagine. It might be interesting to go into business for myself, for a change. Far away from Antiva, of course. For now, naturally, I go where you go.
Nossa, não. Eu vou me arrepender, vou me arrepender.
Here I am, happy to be had. Isn't it wonderful how things work out that way? Come now, enough chit-chat. Talking about the crows summons them, you know. Any Antivan fishwife could tell you so. What say you? By all means.
Do you actually enjoy being an assassin?
And why not? There are many things to enjoy about being a crow in Antiva. You are respected, you are feared, the authorities go out of their way to overlook your trespasses, even the rewards are nothing to turn your nose up at. As for the killing part, well, some people simply need assassinating. Or do you disagree?
You never kill an innocent.
Now there's an interesting word, innocent. How many men do you know who can claim to be truly innocent? But if you're talking generalities, such as children and relatives and bystanders and such, never on purpose. But it happens. It's unfortunate, but death comes to us all. If not me, then some wasting disease, or a fall down the stairs, or at the hands of a darkspawn. It's all relative in the end.
Ou então, se realmente tu cais das escadas, tu estás com um guarda-chuva, aí quando tu estás aqui nas escadas o guarda-chuva tem uma ponta afiada e essa ponta afiada atravessa o teu pescoço adentro. Também é uma forma muito boa de morrer. Quem percebeu esta referência percebeu. Já agora, vou dar uma dica, esta referência vem do anime. Mas pronto, Down Sons, deixa eu ver. Vou ser honesto, Down Sons vai querer excuse.
Death happens, as we like to say. And when I get paid for it, death happens more often.
That's it.
As far as enjoying the act of killing itself, why not? There is a certain artistry to the deed. The pleasure of sinking your blade into their flesh and knowing that their life is in your hands.
I take no pleasure in killing.
It is not pleasure per se, nothing sexual. It is more a sense of satisfaction, a feeling of power. Does that make sense? No matter. There are many things I did not enjoy about being a crow, of course. Having no
Aposto que eu
choice,
perdi muita
being
coisa com o
treated as
gajo.
an expendable commodity, the rules.
Mas
Oh,
foda-se.
so many rules. But
E só
simply
luto
being
porque
an
tem que ser,
assassin,
Zebra.
I
Entende?
like it just fine. I will continue to do it if I can, even if I am not a crow. Honestly, could you picture me doing something else?
É isso.
Whereas I am content merely doing what I happen to be good at. It's a talent that not many come by honestly. I don't see why I need not pursue it. Of course, all these thoughts are moot. Chances are still good that you and I will perish, eaten by darkspawn or slain by the crows at some point. Very gruesomely, I imagine. But it is pleasant enough to chat about. Come, let's move on while our boots still have some wear in them.
É, me parecia.
What say you? By all means.
Não, por enquanto não vamos deixar. Chega de falar com os Zebrantes, já estou farto dele. Win.
What's on your mind?
I was just thinking about being a Grey Warden.
Is something troubling you?
I don't know, it's just difficult sometimes.
You are one of the 2 surviving Grey Wardens in Ferelden. You defend all of us, and much rests on your shoulders. It may not mean much to you, but thank you for having the courage to
Nossa.
continue to fight.
I'll be ready when the time comes.
And that gives me hope. Have you heard much about the Grey Wardens of old?
What's only what I've been in the hotels.
It was said that watching the Wardens ride in on their white griffins was enough to rouse a weary heart and put the dance back in the step of an old man. The Grey Wardens were powerful, feared and respected, but they also inspired the common people. I remember a tale that was told to me many years ago.
Go on.
The Blight had ravaged the land for months, and the armies of the great kings had amassed for one last stand. As the sun burst through the clouds that boiled and churned in the dark sky above, it illuminated a vast, seething horde of darkspawn, with the archdemon at its head. And it was then, when courage seemed to fail, and all lost to death and despair, that the Grey Wardens came. They arrived with the beating of wings like mighty war drums, and stood before the armies of men.
Eu vou fazer uma piada tão merda agora. Ah! Como eu vou fazer? Então, no meio da guerra dos Darkspawn apareceu eu. Sebastião vindo no seu cavalo branco. Alguém me deu um tiro. Desculpa. Don't understand. Why don't fight the Darkspawn?
That's not the point of the tale. The Grey Wardens, grim and fearless, marched forth, ever between the men and the encroaching Darkspawn. They formed a shield of their own bodies and held that line until the Archdemon was dead, and the last Darkspawn lay trampled in the dirt. And then, demanding neither reward nor recognition for their sacrifice, the Grey Wardens departed. When the clouds finally rolled back, and the sun shone full upon the blighted ground, the great kings knew that they had lost no men, and none of their blood had been spilled.
Nossa, fodões, hein? When did this happen?
This is a tale about no battle the Grey Wardens have fought, and yet about them all. They have always defended us from the Darkspawn, taking losses so we do not have to. People may have forgotten over the centuries, but nothing has changed. This knowledge has been blessing and burden to Grey Wardens past, and now it shall be your blessing and your burden.
Então tá, né?
What's on your mind?
As a Grey Warden, I'll never lead a normal life, will I?
No, you won't.
A resposta dela realmente foi curta e seca, tipo, não vais, se fode aí, otário. Nossa. But I don't think I was ever meant to be a normal.
I don't think so either. You would not have been happy living a dull, uneventful life, dying in obscurity. You wonder sometimes, don't you? If your life would be better if you weren't who you are.
A little.
When I was a young woman in the tower, I came to the realization that the circle would be my life, and I would know no other. Family, love, a simple life. These were things that others took for granted, that I would never have.
É uma merda. And this upset you?
It made me very moody. All I could think of was being trapped in that tower with no way out and no end in sight. I started hating my life and myself, and one night I found myself in the tower's chapel. I was seeking refuge, maybe answers.
You must have come to your terms with your wife eventually.
I must have looked tearful or made some noise, because the revered mother came out and decided to speak to me. And because I had no one else to talk to, I talked to her. I must have said many silly things, but she told me that the Maker puts us all on our paths for a reason, and fighting our intended course is what causes so much anguish.
I think she's right.
I thought the old biddy was full of rubbish. I was 15, maybe 16, and I knew everything. So I left, but I always found my way back to that chapel. And as the years passed, I began to see the truth of her words. We were supposed to be polar opposites, mage and priest. But we weren't. There was much about us that was the same.
But priests have to choose to be priests, mages don't.
Not all priests choose their path. Some children are given to the chantry to raise and become initiates. The revered mother had lived in the chantry all her life, as I had been in the tower for all of mine. She taught me that you can find your family in the people around you, that you can love your work and find fulfillment in duty. And there is joy even in self-sacrifice. If you put others before yourself, then their well-being is yours, and their happiness is your happiness.
It would be easy to live that way.
You can scream and cry and be angry about life as a Grey Warden, or you can accept it and allow yourself to see the good in it. This is your choice.
É.
What's on your mind?
Não.
It is no
As perguntas acerca do circo fico pronto depois também. O que é que eu posso falar? Já foi praticamente toda a gente. Falta só Morrigan. What's up, Morrigan?
I await your command. We are in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any.
No.
I await your command. So, full of questions, are you?
Did you grow up? Já não te perguntei isto?
Why do you ask me such questions? I do not probe you for pointless information, do I?
Oh, ok. Morrigan. Calma. Calma. Calma, ok? Vamos falar. Calma. I'm curious, what's wrong with that?
Any number of cats could inform you of the answer to that question, but have it your way. What is it you asked if I grew up in the wilds? A curious question. Where else would you picture me? For many years it was simply Flemeth and I. The wilds and its creatures were more real to me than Flemeth's tales of the world of man. In time I grew curious. I left the wilds to explore what lay beyond, never for long. Brief forays into a civilized wilderness.
But you kept going back to the wilds?
Would you not do the same? Your world is an unforgiving and cold place. The wilds I hail from is home to me, and I a natural denizen. For all that I had been taught, however, the truth of the civilized lands proved to be overwhelming. I was unfamiliar with so much. So confident and bold was I, yet there was much that Flemeth could never have prepared me for.
O que é daring? Por acaso eu não sei. Desculpa, eu tenho que fazer aqui uma pausa, eu tenho que ver o que é isto. Eu não vou estar a clicar em coisas à toa como fiz com o Zebra, achar que eu sei o que era uma coisa, mas não é, então deixa cá ver. É uma boa maneira de aprender inglês, que eu ainda não domino e provavelmente nunca na minha vida vou dominar. Mas, eu sei o básico para entender as cenas. Então, daring é o quê? Daring. Daring de dare, tipo, how dare you? Ou seja, ousadia. Were you hurt?
Was I hurt? What manner of simpering weakling do you take me for? Only once was I accused of being a witch of the wilds, and that by a chaser who happened to be traveling with a merchant caravan. He pointed and gasped and began shouting in his strange language, and most assumed he was casting some curse upon me. I acted the terrified girl, and naturally, he was arrested.
That was a quick thinking.
Men are always willing to believe two things about a woman. One, that she is weak, and two, that she finds him attractive. I played the weakling and batted my eyelashes at the captain of the guard.
É.
Child's play.
Mas sim.
The point being that I was able to move through human lands fairly easily. Whatever humans think a witch of the wild looks like, 'tis not I. Not that I did not have trouble. There are things about human society which have always puzzled me, such as the touching. Why all the touching for a simple greeting?
Respondendo àquela cena que tu disseste acerca dos homens. Epá. Há homens que são otários. Óbvio. Vai sempre haver homens otários como há mulheres otárias. Então, eu não estou a discriminar ninguém. Há pessoas otárias em geral. O ser humano é otário em geral. Mas sei lá, agora pelo menos nós vivemos num mundo onde as mulheres cada vez são mais independentes. Pá, em algumas circunstâncias elas costumam ter mais direitos que os homens. Em algumas circunstâncias. Obviamente que os homens ainda em algumas circunstâncias também têm outros direitos que elas não têm. Está aqui um vice-versa da porra. E sei lá. Eu acho que cada vez mais as mulheres conseguem dominar os homens e dominar o mundo. Cada vez elas mais têm poder. E dá para ver isso em tantas maneiras diferentes. Que basta elas fazerem o que... Pá, eu não vou estar aqui a dar exemplos, mas muita coisa. Elas fazem o que elas querem e nós, homens, cada vez mais estamos a virar gado, digamos assim. Estamos mais a ir a baixar os corninhos e... Sim, minha querida, sim. Então, e muito provavelmente daqui a uns anos isto vai continuar assim e a virilidade dos homens vai ser rebaixada pelas mulheres. Estou a brincar. Não, mas, pá, eu acredito na igualdade das pessoas, independente do género, cor, raça, sei lá. Então, eu acho que todos nós temos os nossos direitos e assim, vamos ver o que é que o futuro reserva, né? Realmente, se as mulheres daqui a uns anos vão dominar o mundo, veremos. Em todo caso, já estou aqui a divagar demasiado. Tanto que eu já perdi dentro da tua conversa, peço desculpa. Touching. Tipo isto.
To begin with, yes. What is the point of touching my hand? I find it an offensive intrusion.
Okay.
There were many nuances that Flemeth could never tell me of. When to look into another's eyes. How to eat at a table. How to bargain without offending. None of these things I knew. I still do not understand it all, truth be told, but then I gave up long ago any hope of doing so. When I returned to the wilds last, I swore to Flemeth that I had no intention of leaving again.
Yet here you are.
Yes, here I am. Well, let's get on with it before the ground opens up and swallows us, yes? I await your command. So, full of questions, are you? Possibly, if I had the desire to. I do not.
Okay. Eu quero arriscar numa cena. Eu prometi que não ia fazer isto, mas eu quero saber o que é que o gajo quer dizer com isto aqui.
Perhaps you should dispense with your threats.
Exato, pronto. Bem pensei que é uma forma de ameaçar. É que eu tinha isso em mente. Peço desculpa, foi a primeira vez que eu fiz isto e não faço mais. Era só mesmo... Eu queria saber de que tipo... forma que o gajo queria dizer com isso, que eu não estava bem a ver o formato. Então é tudo. Eu vou parar de gravar aqui. Então, próxima jornada nós vamos fazer esta missão. Esta missão não, esta parte da DLC que eu pico. Depois vamos continuar a descer, também vou para aqui. Vamos para o Osgamar. Que é aqui com os anões. E vamos conhecer o penúltimo companion. Vamos para aqui. Aqui também deve ter o último companion. Provavelmente deve ser aqui ou aqui que eu apanho. Apanho não, ninguém consegue informação. Aí vamos resolver o Iman, que é aqui. Depois voltamos para o Redcliffe Castle. Já com a coisa do Iman resolvida. Depois vamos para aqui que é... Não, antes disso aqui provavelmente como já vou fazer uma outra história, deve aqui surgir uma coisa. Que é voltar para Ostagar. Que também é é uma quest de uma DLC. Vamos para Ostagar. Aí é que vamos para os Devis. E tudo terminado. Vamos para Denham. Ou seja, temos muita coisa para fazer ainda. Então é isso. Espero que no próximo episódio. Fui.